Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. John Duke Anthony. I'm the founding president and chief executive officer of the National Council on U.S.-Arab Relations, established in 1983 as a non-governmental, non-profit educational foundation. It's my privilege to be asked to join Dr. Abdulaziz Al-Sakr, the founding president of the Gulf Research Center, and Dr. Christian Cox, the director of research operations for the GRC, and the Secretary Generals of the Gulf Cooperation Council and the Muslim World League, along with the Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the representative of Cambridge University in Cambridge, the United Kingdom. I've been asked to focus on what have been the achievements of the Gulf Cooperation Council, this being its 40th anniversary. I think it could be of benefit and value if one focuses on three separate chronological blocks of time, where I've been privileged to be the only American invited as an observer to each of the 40 GCC ministerial and heads of state summit. The first chronological block would be the Iran-Iraq War of 1980 to 1988. The second one would be 1979 to 1989. Having to do with Afghanistan, and the third one having to do with the Kuwait crisis of 1990-1991. With regard to the first one, the Iran-Iraq War of 1980 to 1988, this was a death on the doorstep of all six of the GCC countries that worried that deterrence might not work, and if deterrence didn't work, then maybe defense didn't work. But they worked assiduously with the five permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, as those countries work assiduously with the six GCC countries, with its secretariat, in particularly the Secretary General of the redoubtable Abdullah bin Yaqub Bishara. And on July the 15th, 1987, for the first time since the Korean War, there was a unanimous resolution by the United Nations Security Council, all 15 members, including the GCC, to allow for a ceasefire and the placement of American flags on tankers going to and coming from Kuwait. And the second one, in the case of Afghanistan, working closely with Pakistan and especially Saudi Arabia and the other five GCC countries, the achievement was to drive the last nail in the coffin of the Red Army, and thereafter, within a matter of months, to hasten the collapse of the Soviet Union and thereby the end of a 7-year attempt by Moscow to extend atheistic, godless communism to the rest of the world as an alternative form of governmental structure and political dynamics. And the last being 1991, in response to Iraq's invasion of Kuwait on August the 2nd of 1990, the GCC country met within 20 hours to pass a unanimous resolution condemning what Iraq had done and calling for its reversal. And those 6 votes together were added together quickly with the League of Arab States, 2 votes to make 8, adding with Syria and Egypt. And then those 8 votes were added to Jordan's and Morocco's fellow dynasties, making for 10, and Djibouti coming for 11, which made the majority of the Arab League nations to geopolitically hand a resounding symbolic political defeat to Baghdad and hasten Iraq being on their defense to a greater degree than before. Nearly 600,000 armed forces were mobilized, along with 34 countries, in an internationally concerted action to restore Kuwait's national sovereignty, political independence, and territorial integrity. These, I would submit, are no small achievements. They are monumental accomplishments that would not have occurred, arguably, except for the GCC working in concert with its allies, its friends, its strategic partners.